Hi, friends. When I was a kid and would get upset about someone spouting off about something, my mom would often say, "Don't worry about it. He's all mouth and no muscle." Of course, I had to be careful about ever saying that to someone in person. To be all mouth and no muscle means to be all talk and no action. Have you ever known someone like that? They talk a good game, but when it comes to follow through, they never leave the bench. Have you ever been a person like that? I think we all have from time to time. For example, you tell your daughter that you'll have a tea party with her after work. But after work, there's dinner and dishes, and you have to respond to some emails, and before you know it, it's her bedtime. Or maybe at work, you go to your boss with this great idea about how to improve the efficiency of workflow, but you never incorporate it into your own routine. Or you tell yourself that you're going to read that novel that's been sitting on the shelf for 2 years now, but somehow the TV remote ends up in your hand instead of the book. We are all guilty to some degree. Saying the right words isn't enough for relationships or for work or for ourselves, and it's especially not enough for our faith. It's not enough just to hear from the pulpit or read from the Bible or sing from the hymnal. Those are all good things, but they're just the beginning. We also have to put what we read and hear and sing into practice. Faith is not just a way of believing. Faith is a way of living. And that's what the Apostle Paul meant when he wrote to the Philippians, "Live your life in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ." In other words, let your conduct and your tone of voice and your everyday life be worthy of Jesus. When our faith is evidenced by our attitudes, words, and actions, it inspires others and influences outcomes. Think about it. Jesus was faith wrapped up in a person. And because in Jesus we can see a way of life that is different in a purposeful, peaceful, loving way, then that inspires us and it influences our outcomes, both in the ways that we spend our life and in the way that we spend eternity. When people see you and me as faith wrapped up in a person, that is the most compelling argument for Christianity. We hope it's not the most compelling argument against Christianity. Of course, our faith is not perfect like Jesus was. Sometimes we do lose our temper. Sometimes we are hypocritical. Sometimes we're selfish. Sometimes we confuse loyalties. But even our mistakes can be powerful witnesses when we humbly seek forgiveness instead of stubbornly persisting in our wrongness. Now, as much as ever, the world needs people of faith to do less spouting and more living. The Christian faith is not just a set of spiritual ideas or a list of theological beliefs or a series of philosophical arguments. The Christian faith is a way of acting and responding. It's a way of relating to God and to people. It's a way of living in the world that makes the world a better place. Let it never be said of us that we are more mouth than muscle. Maybe we should give our mouths a break and our muscles a workout. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again soon.